This is a random podcast, and we have no idea what we're gonna talk about today. So I don't blame you guys.
We're just up at 9 o'clock in the morning. We
Can-
need people to talk to.
So should we? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Bring out the drinks. Bring out the drinks.
We're not drinking tequila at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Why not? It's fun.
No.
It's fun. We could drink, talk about crazy things.
It's 9 a.m.
Get in, loser. Get in, loser. Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Shopping. Get in, loser. Get in, loser. Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Shopping. We're going shopping.
Anyway, what's up? Welcome to the newest episode of It's So Rando. I don't know what episode this is because it's been a minute.
I literally don't know. We just gonna go with it.
Just life just happens so much.
Mm-hmm.
Got busy.
Changing jobs, all of that stuff.
We changed jobs.
Well, I'm finna change jobs, because I got the new. I'm gonna be a teacher, by the way. Donate. Come on, GoFundMe link. That will be in the description here. You don't have an option.
She always makes it that you don't have an option, but you always have an option.
No, you don't.
It's like the red or the blue pill. You
Leave
have an
my
option. You have an option.
I want your money. I gotta buy school supplies, okay? I don't got nothing ready for my class. Go ahead. I'm gonna just let you go.
Talking about you ain't got nothing. Look, it's not their job to supply you.
Somebody gotta do it. I don't want to do it with my own money.
What money?
Exactly.
But yeah. But this is so random episode. We really just want to talk about some crazy things. Well, not crazy things, but embarrassing things. Embarrassing things that happened to us in our lifetime.
I got quite a few.
Oh yeah, me too.
Where to start? You go first.
Yeah, me too. Oh, you gotta just put me out
Yeah.
there. Throw me to the sharks first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So this is not my most embarrassing one, but it's one that's stuck with me for a long time. So when I was a kid, my grandparents bought a dog. His name was Max, and he was a Rottweiler. As a kid, being a kid, as kids, we used to torture animals. Well, not like torture as in, I mean like just annoy them, like annoying them. So when I was a kid, there was like a, little silver spoons, you cook with. Little,
The big one?
yeah. I used to kind of tap him on the head with it a little bit, and he got pissed at me. So one day, he was outside loose, and he caught me lacking. Caught me by the hood of my jacket and dragged me down the street.
Really?
Yeah.
He was planning that for a minute if he
Yeah.
actually drug you down the street.
Oh yeah.
I vaguely remember this story, but I didn't know
Yeah,
those details too.
Yeah, and to that day, yeah, he did not like me. After that I just stopped messing with the dog, but he wasn't done with me
I
yet.
bet.
Like, it even got to the point where he used to break under the porch to get from out of the backyard if he saw us on the porch, and try to get to me that way.
So wait, this was a wooden porch.
Yeah.
He chewed through the porch?
Yeah, he used to go under the porch and try to go from under the porch to get to the front of the house.
Oh, so like it was one of those wooden steps that was open underneath the steps.
I wouldn't say open. I'm more like forced. Like he broke through it.
Okay.
Yeah, he broke through it. And then there was another time where, oh, by the way, we're babysitting my little sister's dog. So if you hear her in the background, we're not torturing animals, but yeah.
It was a bad time for us to do torturing animals. She's over there growling.
Yeah, but another time was when my uncle was still with my grandparents, and he took me downstairs with him to play the game because he was staying. That's what the second room was, but he would stay down there and play video games and stuff like that. So he would have to pick me up to take me down the stairs because the dog was on the back porch. That's basically where the dog lived. He was on the back porch. So every time he tried to take me down the steps, the dog kept jumping up at me and biting at my feet. And he stole one of my house shoes.
The dog really hated you because you had to have him doing more than a spoon to this dog.
From what they told me, that's all I did. That's all I did.
Tapping him on the head with a spoon. You probably was torturing that dog.
I was like 4.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
You know, like I was killing animals or
What are
eating
you?
them. No.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Michael Myers.
Whatever. Anyway. Let's see. I have a bad memory from my childhood from the park. So, like, I was terrible at monkey bars, but wanted to learn how to work them. So, like, I tried to get up on the monkey bars one time. I got up there, was holding on, but was, like, afraid to reach for the next bar. And when I finally tried to, my arms just, like, buckled. And I, like, somehow my body rotated in the air. And I, like, fell borderline face forward onto. And you remember how they had the wood
Yeah, they had the wooden wood
Yeah,
chucks,
the wood ones.
Those just stick in your skin.
Right, like speaking of which now, have y'all seen the plastic little not even real wood, it's literally plastic chips now that they have at the park. These kids don't know nothing about the struggle. We had wood. That's why I'm
They
just
don't
like,
know
since when?
pain.
Why didn't we have the plastic ones back in the day? Because it made my injury much worse when I fell on my face on those things. From however high up on the monkey bars, trying to play with those things. Then countless of times burning your butt cheeks coming down the metal slides. It was terrible. Like they were trying to hurt us back then.
With the static.
Yeah, when you touched it getting electrocuted and stuff like that, we had it rough as kids coming up at the playground. That stuff was terrible. Well, I have another embarrassing story, but it's not mine to tell. It's actually our cousin's, but we're gonna skip over him. Another embarrassing story for me.
You could have just said it.
No, I'm not gonna tell his story.
You could tell your side of it.
No. I mean, technically, I was just there to watch the whole thing, so I'm not gonna.
What?
He knows what I'm talking about if he ever sees this, and he knows exactly what I mean. I'm not gonna tell that story. It had to do with wood. A very dangerous piece of wood, but anyway. Me and my cousin stayed doing stuff as kids that we shouldn't have been doing. So for whatever reason, to entertain ourselves one day, we decided to swing on the bars of a table. You know how like a table has metal bars underneath it, or like design bars, you know what I'm saying? We decided to hold on to those bars and swing back and forth like we were little monkeys or something holding on to a tree branch. Needless to say, our weight tipped the table. It was a vase on top of the table, a very heavy vase. The vase and the table ended up like falling. My cousin somehow wiggled his way out. The table fell on top of my legs, and the vase shattered across the back of my leg.
Holy crap.
And a
That's
shard.
embarrassing?
I mean, it is, because after that, his mom like came in threatening to whoop me and stuff like that. So it was a whole embarrassing situation. And like a shard of the vase cut into the back of my leg. I ended up having to go get stitches, all of that. And the entire time his mom was yelling at me like, I'm gonna get you when you come back. Like had the belt and was threatening me all the way out the door to the hospital. And luckily she didn't actually whoop me when I got back. I ended up getting like McDonald's and it wasn't that bad.
No.
It was still embarrassing, and I remember it because I knew I was doing something that I shouldn't have been doing in the first place, and it caused me an injury, a lifelong injury. I still have a giant scar on my leg from it. And me and my cousin still talk about it to this day. He left me to die. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I almost died that day.
You're here now. That's all that matters. But my next one is you were there for this one. Oh, it was in high school. I forget what we were doing. I know we were walking down the stairs.
Oh, I do remember this.
I don't know what happened, but I was going down the stairs. I guess I tripped. The stairs were steep though. Those were some steep stairs. I guess I tripped over my own feet and I went face first tumbling down.
And it was a few stairs. It was at least 5 stairs.
It was high.
That you missed and like sailed down.
It fell down and fell flat, like face first. I'm like, oh, and I remember I jumped up so damn fast.
Yeah, like it was like you were that That's So Raven character or something. Right back up. I couldn't believe it. I was horrified.
I didn't like that caught me off guard so bad. I never forget that.
Because like it could have been bad had you actually hit those stairs on the way down, but it's like you skipped all 5 and just hit the floor.
Oh, and another one. This is probably I guess I could classify. Yeah, I guess I could classify this one as probably my most embarrassing. Cause this is before cause I'm a diabetic. This is before I knew I had diabetes. I was in the 5th grade. My teacher, I never forget her name, Miss Graziano. She let me go to the restroom. I had to use the restroom. Let me go to the restroom. And then I got some water on the way back. Then I went back to the classroom like, oh crap, I gotta go back to the bathroom. Literally 5 minutes later. And she was like, I just let you go to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, I really gotta go again. So she let me go again. I went to the restroom, got some more water. 5 minutes later, I gotta go back to the bathroom. She was like, no, you're gonna hold it. You can't keep going back and forth to the bathroom. So yeah, so I kind of couldn't hold it anymore. I literally could not hold it anymore. And I literally peed on myself in the classroom.
So what happened from that? Did they have to call your mom to come bring you some more pants, take you home?
Luckily, this was literally the end of the day. This happened like 30 minutes before we got out. So she kind of covered for me. She was like, when she seen it, she was like, oh no, Jordan, you spilled your water bottle. I'm like, okay, yeah, I spilled my water bottle. Yep, dang. Just a puddle of pee in the chair on the floor. I'm like, yeah, I spit like that. That's more than what a water bottle had. And she was like, okay. So we went home, and I guess she felt bad, so she kind of apologized for it. But literally, I did not go to school the next day simply because they took me to the hospital, and I got diagnosed with diabetes. But that's an embarrassing moment right there.
I have a lot of. There's so many embarrassing moments that occur in your lifespan. Like I can't remember what grade it was. It's a fuzzy memory. I just remember clearly being in school, walking to like the cafeteria area, and you know how like you get weave braids and stuff like that. A piece of my hair like came out somehow, and I didn't realize it, and like it fell out where people could see it. So like I was teased about that coming out and stuff like that, you know. The first time I had my period was embarrassing.
I think embarrassing for every girl.
Yeah, I think it is for every girl. Like we got a story on that. I was like in the house watching a movie with my sister on the couch. I got up to go and use the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom and I noticed the blood, I just like screamed. My sister came rushing in there. She was like, what happened? And I was like embarrassed to even show because I thought that I had did something wrong or did something to have caused that to happen. I didn't quite understand what a period was. So when it happened, I thought I did something wrong and I was going to get in trouble, you know, for like messing up my clothes. And eventually, once I let her in to see what had happened, she laughed at my reaction to what was happening. Because clearly I didn't understand what a period was and stuff like that, so she made fun of me for it. Like laughing about it, and my mom was like, you know, yelling at her like, hey, help her out, get her, you know, what she need, help her, show her how to do it, you know, stuff like that. Meanwhile, Shonda, my sister, just continued to laugh. You know, she was laughing, but she did help me out eventually. But that's embarrassing for most girls, especially when you don't understand what's going on. I mean, it was a lot of embarrassing stuff. Oh, I had this one embarrassing moment too in college. I had to do a presentation. And this was one of those times where I procrastinated real bad. I was overconfident, just knew I had it down, so I didn't rehearse what I had to do, and it was a group project. So I get up in front of the class, go completely cottonmouth on the piece that I'm supposed to do, and like I could just hear people laughing. The teacher didn't like want to look. She was embarrassed about it. It was like a whole embarrassing situation because I didn't prepare myself, and I should have. I was overconfident, and then when it actually happened, I froze. It was a real bad freezing moment. And I had never had it happen. This is like, I used to do like public speaking at events and stuff like this. Like I was doing this in high school, college. So like why I chose to freeze at that particular moment and why so badly, I don't know, but it haunted me so bad. Like
still at a big moment.
Yeah, and it was a group project. I was over the top confident. Moral of the story: don't ever be too confident where you feel that you don't have to actually work at what you're doing, because that was bad. And like,
unless you're 100% sure.
I felt like I was, and that was the bad thing about it. You know, so I got up there and it was just bad.
So my next one has to do with on Christmas Eve 2005. Yeah, Christmas Eve 2005. So all my cousins came over. We were having a good old time playing PS2. You know, playing old wrestling games and you know, Street Volume games and stuff. And you know, parents leave to go up the street to go, I think, get some food or something or whatever. So, you know, I got in my head, hey, let's go peek at our Christmas gifts. Oh, that was a bad idea. So we all went in there and literally opened it. I know I wanted, like, the PSP had just came out, and I really wanted a PSP, and they ended up getting me that PSP. I saw it. I'm like, yes. Oh, you know, cool. You know, we was like, we're gonna put the, you know, tape the pet wrappers back, but we didn't do a good job with that. So they came in and immediately noticed it, and everybody got an ass whooping that day. Like, moral of the story: don't open your gifts before Christmas. No, just don't. It's a bad idea, very bad. You will get, well, getting caught up on my words, but you will get belt to ass.
Mm-hmm.
You will. Luckily, I had two pairs of jogging pants on, so I didn't feel anything.
Oh yeah, that was a trick back in the day. Put on the extra pants. Oh man, I can't tell you how many times me and Quan tried to get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we would get whoopings, trying to put on extra pants, extra shirts, all of that stuff. So then when they hit you, it didn't hurt as bad. It was
Then they
horrible.
started using broomsticks and extension cords. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm kidding. But
No, his mama did.
damn.
My mama just kind of stopped whooping. She figured you got to come up with a more creative punishment if they're not responding to belts and stuff. So she started taking everything out of our rooms, TVs, game systems, everything, stripping the whole room of anything electronic. Unfortunately for her, with me, that didn't work. I just started reading and drawing. I taught myself how to draw and read. But if it wasn't for those punishments, I don't think I would have had the time to learn, because I would have never took the time to learn.
I think the bigger I got, my mom realized, okay, whoopings and hitting him just doesn't. I probably shouldn't do that anymore. He's bigger than me now. But speaking of my mom, that's another one I have. Oh man, it was picture day. I was in 5th grade for picture day. Man, my dad's a barber. My dad's been cutting hair since I think 1987. So he's the only person I let touch my head. So, you know, he's cutting my hair and stuff, and I don't know what it was, but in the 5th grade, I was starting to get facial hair in the 5th grade. So, I don't know. He would use like shaving cream sometimes to give me like a lineup and stuff like that. So, he told my mom to get the shaving cream out the bathroom. I guess she didn't look at the label because she got the Nair. So, and he didn't look at it either. He just thought it was the shaving cream. So he put it, you know, right here, you know, put it on me. He come back. He was like, "What the hell?" And then I'm like, "What?" He was like, "His hair coming out." He looked at the bottle. She was like, "You gave me a bottle of Nair." She was like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh man," I was sitting there crying because I had an afro in the 5th grade, so I got some really good hair. I had an afro in the 5th grade, so he had to cut me. He had to cut all my hair off. I had to, because he was like, I was like, "Do you have to cut it off? Can you fix it?" He's like, "Go look in the mirror. Do it look like I can fix this?" He was like, "You're gonna be going to school looking crazy." I looked at the bathroom. This whole, like, I had hair here, but like it was gone here. That's like, just cut it off. Oh man, if I can find a picture, I'm gonna put it in this video. But if I can, but basically the I looked like Fat Joe's kid. I looked like a Puerto Rican kid with a ball fade. That I was so mad. Like I was so mad that all my hair was just gone. But it happened. It happened.
I don't think it could get any worse than that.
What? The hair?
I think that tops any story.
Literally, like my hair was gone. Like I didn't know what to do with myself. It felt so weird, not because I think I haven't had a fade haircut at that time. I think I was like 3 or 4. It felt so weird not to have hair on my head. Like,
so how long did it take for it to start spotting back in?
Spotting?
Yeah, like coming back in. You know how you got the little
spotting.
The little scruff on your head.
Actually, it didn't take long. All my baby hair was gone though. Like that was dead.
So like after something like that, how do your baby hair grow back?
I don't think it does.
Hmm.
I honestly don't think it does. I don't know.
Especially after something like that, because that's worse than
Like,
perm.
that nair, like it ripped my hair just completely out.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget that.
Well, I mean, it had to have grown back okay, because like you can't tell now, or like even in high school that had ever happened to you at that point. So it's like maybe it does grow back in naturally.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I have another one, but like you said, this is from a cousin's standpoint because I was there watching. But I guess I mean I was in on it. I guess maybe I shouldn't. It's not mine.
Yeah, I felt bad. I'm not gonna tell.
It's not. Larice probably know what I'm talking about. Well, she probably not gonna remember. We had so many crazy moments.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Childhood was terrible, but it was still fun, even with stuff like that happening.
It's like you look back on it. It's funny as hell, but at that moment, it wasn't funny. Especially the hair thing, and the Christmas one, and the school one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Something else that made our childhood fun too was like the TV shows and movies that we had. Because these days too, kids don't really watch TV and stuff like that as much. They
watch us. They watch YouTubers.
Yeah, they're on YouTube 24/7. You know, so. But like we had some good stuff back. Shrek was our obsession back then. The first one. Like I remember being a kid and not knowing how to spell very great and trying to search that movie on the Comcast thing. Constantly misspelling Shrek and debating on whether we spelled it right so we could find it. Because we didn't want to have to ask any adults on how to do it. So me and Quan would be just SHREAK like this.
Sharik?
Right. Like trying to spell it correctly to find it because that was our movie.
Oh yeah. By the way, I actually do have one more. It has to do back when the wrestling pay-per-views, you used to have to buy them.
Oh yeah.
So, No Mercy 2007, I actually went to that event. I was there at that event. Then literally 3 days later, I ordered it on pay-per-view. And my mom was like, weren't you there? Like, did you order that? I'm like, no, I didn't order it. It's free. So it was free. She went and looked at the bill. Let's just say she showed no mercy.
Oh, you know what? I got one kind of similar to that too. So, my mom had like a friend staying with us, and that friend's kids, because something happened at their house. Whatever the reason, they had to stay with us for a few days or whatever it was. One of the kids was a girl and the other one was a boy, right? So, we like go to sleep that night and stuff. Wake up the next day, and I guess my mama like gets the Comcast bill or something like that, and starts flipping out about porn that was ordered. And she instantly, for whatever reason, comes to me and starts like, why did you order? I'm like, I didn't order that. And she just, yeah, who ordered this? I know Shonda ain't doing you. And I'm just like, I didn't buy that. And the entire time I'm thinking like, it's a whole little boy in your living room. Like that's probably the person that, right. He was always up at night. That's why I'm just like, he probably ordered that. and my mom had like a room that overlooked the living room where they were. But you know, like my mom always closed her door and stuff like that at night. So I'm like, he probably, because it was, I think it was like, it was a high amount, whatever it was. And I'm just like, why would I have done that? I've never done it before. You never seen that on your bills before. That don't make sense. That's why I'm just like, what?
Yeah, like ordering that stuff.
Yeah, because that was back when like HBO
Oh yeah,
was big on stuff like that. And
I remember that.
yeah,
Oh, I
you
remember
have
that.
to be careful of what you watched at certain times, because that would always either that or like BET had they explicit videos and stuff on at certain times at
Yeah.
night and stuff. That's why I'm just like, man, no. Or either like you got caught up in the church stuff will be playing at 12 o'clock in the morning from, what's the dude's name? Joel
Osteen.
Yeah, he will be on at 12 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
I have one that's super similar to yours because my mom's friend, he came over one day, and this is when I started, when I learned how to download movies. Let me just leave it at that. But I guess he wanted me to show, like, kind of show him how to do certain stuff, so I showed him how to do it. Then come to find out, this man downloaded a crap ton of porn onto the dang computer, and then put a virus on the computer. My mom trying to figure out what's wrong with the computer, and she doing like a virus scan, and she see all these porn names and stuff come up, and she just immediately assumed that it was me. And I'm like, what? I didn't do it. I was downloading music, movies I wanted to watch. You know, you had the LimeWire phase and stuff. I'm like,
LimeWire was huge.
Yeah, like I ain't download that.
And then if you downloaded the wrong thing, you was listening to dude talk about how he didn't have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh,
I used to hate that download. You just knew you
Try
had.
downloading old school music with that stuff.
Right.
In there, you get that damn near all the time.
You just knew you had the new music, and it would be that. That was basically the Rick rolled of that time. It was
Never gonna give you.
yeah,
up.
that's exactly what that was. If you downloaded from fraud stuff.
That stuff
That
on
was
YouTube
fun, though.
used to be funny. The trolling, the Rick, you just got Rick rolled. Like they just you. As soon as you see that shit, you was like, God damn it! Like they be like, oh man, it's a new leak out. You click it. I'm like, oh no, man. Rick rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, that was fun back in the day.
oh
You
yeah.
used to give us a lot of stuff, like a lot of movies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, you taught me how to do it, and I was on True Blood, having a whole season.
I burned the
burned.
DVDs.
Yeah.
Brought them over. Then your sister figured it out. Showed her how to do it, and she was just on that galore. Like, oh my god.
Because that's how we used to get music back then. Like before we had the big iTunes break and all of that stuff. We was just doing it that way, putting it on little MP3 players and
I
stuff.
don't know who didn't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first figured out how to burn CDs. I was excited. I used to burn CDs every day with the same damn songs, just in different order. And then I figured out how to burn them to DVDs and stuff, and had my mom and my dad take me like to Walgreens to get the blank DVD disc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I know how to burn DVDs now. Hey, everybody's like, hey, can you get this movie for me?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all finna start paying me for this now.
That's how we watched all the new movies, and then we had the CD case. I remember too, we had the bootleg mans back in the day.
Dude,
that
the
would hold-
bootleg dude was always at the Sharks on 159th. He was
It's still
always
one.
there.
It's still one.
He gave me a video on the Illuminati.
It's still the bootleg man, and you know the oh god, that cheesesteak restaurant we would go to.
Yeah, I know you talking
Taurus.
about. No, you talking about the Taurus. They did it at Taurus too, but you're talking about the Philly restaurant that we used to go to.
But no, I seen the dude in Taurus recently when we was over there.
Well, yeah, they're always over there in Taurus. They be advertising. They got it in the windows and everything.
The bootleg man and stuff like
But
that.
like people buy this stuff digitally now. So
Right, yeah.
like to combat bootleg, they just released the shit to streaming services right away now. It was
Yeah,
like-
don't nobody buy from the bootleg people no more. But that used to be a booming business back then.
Oh yeah, or better yet, bootlegging is on your phone now with
Yeah,
these
with the apps.
with the apps, and that like you could just go and they're like, oh, do they got this movie? Yeah, they ripped it and put it on there. So
Yep.
I'm not naming no names of them because I ain't no snitch, but it is out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. That's how we used to watch our movies.
Sometimes now we need bootlegging back for these games with their prices.
See, yeah, and that's another thing. Like, this is like, it's called It's a Rando. We're just going off at the mouth. So, but yeah, that's the thing with these games. Like, you be paying $70 for these games, and they be, excuse my language, bleep it out if you want, jack shit when they come out. Like, the gameplay just be terrible.
Yeah, but to an extent too, I miss the older times of gaming because we didn't think as much. We just played it. We didn't even know nothing about it because we didn't have like YouTubes and stuff like that to let us know how the gameplay was ahead of time.
We had YouTube, but we didn't know that was the source to go to.
But like we had the little booklets and stuff that came out. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even have the books that even come out in the games, and with the games no more. Like, you have the strategy guides and then the little,
Game Informers.
Yeah, the book. Well, Game Informer's still around.
They still do it.
GameStop still does Game Informers.
And then the little booklets that was in the case.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. The ones that are in the cases. Like, I used to, like, when I get home, like, first get a game, that's the first thing I used to look for when I pop open the disc. I used to want to read, because, usually when I get a game, we don't go straight home. We go to another store. I'm like, I'm gonna look at this booklet and get prepared.
And that was back when it was cheaper to just do that stuff.
It looks cheaper now because of compared to now then.
Mm-hmm. But like, even, man, those retro games now, like PlayStation 2s, stuff like that, PlayStation 1s, Nintendo 64s.
Try to get Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I guarantee it'll be coming out at least $200.
I saw it for $3 at one point.
Ain't getting me. I'll wait for it to come out. I'll wait.
I paid $100 for my we have a PlayStation collection. I paid $100 for my guitar for Guitar Hero. Because I couldn't find it nowhere else that wasn't like used, broken, stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, I just take the hit. Like finding those on old games sometimes be expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that actually work. Because I went through I don't know how many lasers trying to replace my laser in my PlayStation 2. And it just didn't work. So I ended up having to buy a whole new PlayStation 2.
We have like 3 PlayStation 2s.
Yeah, because I went through all of them trying to like replace the lasers. It just didn't work. I'm just like, you know what? Just buy a brand new one.
Just you wait. All this is going to be upgraded. I ain't going to say soon, but it's going to happen. We're going to have upgrades to our background because we're collectors.
We're trying.
Yeah, we are. I'm trying. Like, I'm starting up my manga collection again. Because when I originally started, it just got, not gonna talk about that. But games, it's like we have all the PlayStations except for the third one.
Hey, let us know in the comments where we can find one for a halfway decent price and like some good games that you would recommend on
Wolverine Origins.
Okay. I wasn't super big in playing a 3, so I don't really know.
I had both the 3
like
and the 360. But
I had a 360. That was my.
But the 360 was better than the PlayStation 3. I can say that for a fact. It was. Like, nothing beat playing the game and you could listen to your music while playing the game. PlayStation didn't implement that for a long time.
Okay.
Like, they was just like, man, Xbox was the iPhone around that time, while PlayStation was the Android. But now PlayStation is back being on top.
Man, I had an original Xbox in college and I had to leave it.
We just Didn't
I leave that one?
No, it was here with us. We threw it away when
No,
we
that
moved.
was my guitar.
No, that we had the original Xbox.
No, I'm talking about my guitar.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the original Xbox.
No, I did. I had the original Xbox, but you said we did what with it now?
We threw it away last year. It was broken.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, we had a whole regular Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Them things, man.
Is it
weighed
wrong?
Like the size of my printer. That thing was heavy.
Is it wrong that the Xbox like menu, the original one, just kind of creeped me out? Like the music that was playing, it was kind of creepy.
It was actually peaceful to me. And then remember how you had when you played your music, you had the little screen, like the little moving waves and stuff that would fly around on the Xbox screen, like to the sound of the music, like it would be synced to the sound of the music.
Oh yeah.
That was top notch back in the day. Looking at it now,
because like
what?
playing Midnight Club Dub Edition, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition on the Xbox was fun because you can import your own music into the thing and then play it on the radio station. That was the cool part about it. But I didn't really play it on Xbox like that, so didn't have that luxury. Because the PlayStation 2 was awesome, but it didn't have that feature, which it should have.
Yeah, my childhood was fun. I don't think these kids have it like that no more.
I mean, they don't have it like us, but they, like kind of like with adults when we were kids, they say the same thing to us, but they had their own way of having fun. And that's why I think it is now.
They seem more antisocial these days because of like the YouTubes and the social media, which is funny too, right? Because social media.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's antisocial simply because they are still kind of social, because the way they socialize is literally just on the game or talking to people on Facebook.
You mean arguing?
Still, I mean, it's still words being exchanged and people still talking to people, so that's still social. No matter how you put it, arguing, it's still social.
If you say so.
This is social. We're talking.
We're arguing right now.
It's still social because
the same way that they do.
Because words are being exchanged. See,
it's not furthering the conversation. We're arguing with each other right now. I want a divorce. I'm letting y'all know. Somebody give me papers drawn up. I think this is a good place to end it since we're arguing right now.
Nobody's arguing.
We are.
Nobody's arguing.
This ain't a creative discussion. We flat out arguing.
Nobody's arguing, Double D.
Really?
Yeah, but, you know, let us know in the comment sections about... I say sections.
See? Can't even speak.
Yeah, I can't. But let us know in the comments about your embarrassing moments. Like, if you have any, if you feel comfortable with sharing it with us, we won't tell anybody because you know you're going to be putting it out to the public, so we can't blame us.
And give us more stuff to argue about on the next one.
No.
Team Blue.
By the way, we got to talk about Terrifier. Well, however you say it. We didn't even finish the second one, but that's for another video.
Yeah, we gonna get there. My sister forced us to watch it. And I kind of wish
Killer Sofa was better.
Yeah. But we'll see y'all on the next one.
Alright. And always remember, don't be basic. Just don't. What should they be?
I like basic. I'm a very simple person. I'm a basic person.
Be legendary.
No, it's simple. Like to just be basic. Bye.
See ya.